So I get a call from dispatch this morning, and they say, hey, your air conditioning is broken, and it's going to take us about a week to fix. Well, that's great. The first week that it's in the 80s and 90s, our air conditioning is broken. Yeah, that sucks balls, and it is really, really hot in here. Yeah. Leave a comment how you stay cool in the summer. I'm not a really big swimmer, but it is probably the best way to stay cool during the summer, except just staying in the air conditioning like a fag. But I really like the beach. If I go swimming, it's in the beach. I don't like pools. So yeah, leave a comment about your favorite way to stay cool during the summer. So here's a battle with AMN, brother of MMN from the Pojo forums, and he is an admin, I believe, from a rival team, so here we go. I lead with Azalf, he leads with Yen Mega. I kind of predicted the Protect, so I went with Stealth Rock, but he just goes for the Bug Buzz, which isn't good, and it forces Azalf to switch. And I have to switch, obviously, then, and I decide to go into Moltres, predicting another Bug Buzz, but he Air Slashes, predicting something that resist Bug Buzz, I guess. And that was a pretty good move. He uses Hypnosis and gets it off, which is annoying. And you know what? I decide to go for the one-turn Wake and the Overheat. If I don't get it, I can always switch out and have Moltres as sleep fodder. But I wake up and I get a flinch. So that's even worse. That's like the worst thing that could have happened. I would have rather stayed asleep so I could use Moltres as sleep fodder. But that really blows because I lose Moltres early. And I go into Rhyperior because just to get a Stone Edge on it. I know it probably has Focus Sash, but it's really, I just need to get it down to at least 1 hit point somehow. So at least Rhyperior did that, and I'm getting really raped by this Yen Mega right now, and really, this is really bad. So, yeah, Rhyperior goes down to the Yen Mega, and I decided to go into Porygon 2 because Speed Boost is pretty nice to trace, and he tries to go for Hypnosis but misses, thankfully. So at least he doesn't get 2 Hypnosises off. But, yeah, I do get a Speed Boost, and he goes into a Gyarados, which is kind of strange, because most Porygon 2s are, like, epic counter to Gyarados. But, yeah, I decided to, go for the Discharge. It's X4 effective, and that's how I usually counter Gyarados with Porygon 2. He's going to go for a Waterfall, which does about a quarter, but Discharge is going to take Gyarados down, and that is pretty epic, I must say. And I get a second Speed Boost, which is good. And, yeah, so Porygon 2 is pretty fast and still pretty healthy. So he goes into Togekiss, and I'm just going to go for a Discharge, maybe get a Parahax. I have a feeling he's probably going to use Thunder Wave, but that's whatever. So he gets the Thunder Wave on Porygon 2, and I'm going to Thunder Wave his Togekiss back. And I do get the Thunder Wave off on it, so now I'm faster. And I could have switched out here, but I really don't have a completely safe switch. So I decide, you know what, I'm just going to do as much damage as possible with Ice Beam. And unfortunately, he doesn't get hacked, so he's able to take me down with the second Aura Sphere. But I decided to go into Azalf, and what I really should have done was Explode. And I'm thinking, well, he might go into Rotom, because I know he's carrying Rotom. He told me before the battle. So I decided just to go for a Psychic, hoping it would take him down, but it doesn't, because Togekiss's special defense is really good. I should have just Exploded, but, I just didn't. So, yeah, I go into Gyarados, and I'm going to go for the Waterfall, figuring, even if he does go into the Rotom, it'll still be, do some damage to it. So, yeah, I hit the Togekiss, and that kills it. And now he goes into Rotom, and it's the water form of Rotom, so I decided to go into Shaman, figuring Shaman should be able to wall this. But he sets up a light screen, so that's not good at all. And the light screen really surprised me. So I'm going to set up the Leech Seed, so maybe I can wall this out, kind of, and his Thunderbolt really does nothing. So that really tells me this is one of those really bulky Rotoms. So it probably doesn't have a whole lot of special attack investment, so I feel pretty safe just going for the Seed Flare. And he goes into a Zapdos, and I get kind of lucky off a crit, so that kind of blows for him. And I'm just going to go for the hidden power of Fire, because I'm pretty sure that would finish it. So there you go. And he decides to go into Scizor, I guess he didn't realize that my hidden power was hidden power fire, so I do go for it, and this happens to be a bulky scissor, and after the light screen, he takes it actually pretty well. So he goes for a swords dance, and, I know a bullet punch is coming, so I go into Gyarados, obviously, since he resists and gets an Intimidate off. So Gyarados takes the bullet punch pretty well, and I probably should have just went with the waterfall here, but I decided to go for a Dragon Dance for some reason. But, I decided to go for a Dragon Dance, like I said, and he goes into Rotom, which is, pretty obvious, and I decided just to go for a Waterfall. Maybe he'll over-predict and set up a light screen, or do something else. So I go for the Waterfall, and it takes him down to about a quarter, but he actually Will-O-Wisps. So I guess he figured, you know what, Burn will still help me kind of against Shaman, so he goes for the Will-O-Wisp, which is a pretty safe move, and I'm not going to be able to, KO him after my attack is halved. So he's able to get a Thunderbolt, and that takes down Gyarados. So I'm just hoping Shaman can finish off the rest of his guys. So I go into Shaman because he's cute. And I'm going to go for the Hidden Power Fire just in case he switches into Scizor right now. He doesn't, but Hidden Power Fire is strong enough to take down Rotom anyway, and he goes into a Scizor, and he's not quite going to be able to KO me with Bullet Punch. So great game, AMN. Yeah, I was using some UUs and BLs, but it was still fun. Rate, comment, subscribe, guys, and good game.